how is what we eat impacting perimenopause and menopause?
I see this all the time in my medical practice. So women think that they can still eat the way they did in their 20s and 30s, and all of a sudden it's just hitting different. You can't go a few days without going to the gym without gaining 5 pounds, or you still think you can drink that same amount of alcohol and you're wondering why you're not sleeping at night, or you're waking up feeling miserable for a few days, or why you have this underlying depression just all of the time. Those are your choices finally catching up with you. And I like to think of our body as having like little buckets or big buckets that can sequester and carry the toxic burden and the load that we put on it. So some people have bigger buckets than others. So say you're just eating the standard American diet. It's high in sugar and simple carbohydrates and deep fried foods with bad saturated fats and things like that. And your body is trying to detoxify and handle this. And you're adding a glass of wine at the end of the day because you're stressed out. And your liver just cannot handle all of that because it is now turning into fatty liver from all of the sugar that you're constantly consuming. We can talk about that more. But like once your bucket gets full and you can no longer do your detox pathways properly, that spillover starts to feel like symptoms, and it starts to really magnify the changes that you're going through. So when we talk about perimenopause, we have to look at all aspects of the body because your body's one unit. It's all the systems are trying to work together to stay in homeostasis and balance. But unfortunately, in conventional medicine, we put systems in silos. So you start having heavy periods at 45, you go to the gynecologist and you go through, the birth control pill, the IUD, the endometrial ablation, the hysterectomy, like that's the trajectory. But you're also dealing with gut issues. Like I'm bloated. I don't feel like I'm digesting my food. I have heartburn. I need a proton pump inhibitor. I'm constipated. I'm only pooping once a week. So you go to the gastroenterologist and you get a scope. They tell you everything's fine and there's nothing to be done for you. And, you might go to the psychiatrist and get an antidepressant because you're just feeling like a low level depression or worsening anxiety that you've never had. And it's waking you up in the middle of the night, or you're feeling the heart racing, heart palpitations. And now you're going to the cardiologist. And like literally all of those things are all connected. And that's where we're failing women is we need functional doctors or doctors who understand the connections between all those systems and trying to find the root cause of why they're all happening. So almost all of that stuff that I just talked about comes back to your gut and your liver.